Opanka drops the visuals for people. A couple of things I'm picking up from this music video content, and there are ones that are relevant to be shared to you, to benefit you, and ones too that are very technical. I'm going to go into the ones that are going to benefit you. But I'm going to start with the theme of the song. So the theme of the song basically talks about people, right? So people's experiences differ from each other. How life responds to people and how we respond to life circumstances. Suffice to say that each one for himself, God for us all. So that's basically the theme of the song. So that is it. So what is the visual language for this shot? You see a whole lot of things written on the board, and that is the visual language. Now, what is the visual representation of that? Now, the visual representation of that is a couple of things. One, we could say that it is confusion because we don't know what is written on the board, but definitely there's something written on the board, right? And secondly, different types of opinions, okay? So that is what it could also connote. In the course of people, right, we have different experiences, and you cannot understand the experiences. You may not agree with the experiences. We may not understand the experiences, but that is the reality of life. That is what the visual language and the visual representation of that language is in this shot. Secondly, let's look at this shot. What does this also connote? Well, we see a car, an old car. That is very important, an old car. And we also see that it is in the middle of the shot. So an old car, which represents, so the visual language is what we are talking about, that it's a car, right? And it represents an old idea, right? Suffice to say that this people's experience, so it still hinges on the theme of the song, people's experience, people's differences and all that is an old idea. It's an old thing that existed from the days of Adam until now, and from tomorrow forward it will still not change. It's going to be what it's going to be. So that is it. And you see that there's smoke, haze, okay, so giving it presence. So suffice to say that though it's an old problem, but it still have eminence, or it still has presence in our day to day, right? So that is what it could also connote. Let's also pay attention to this shot. So we see that there's a broken glass, okay? So that is not supposed to be the status quo. The status quo is supposed to be that there should be a normal glass. That is not the norm, okay? So we see that it's broken, and then people are also expressing themselves. So people are broken-hearted, people are broken in their emotions and all that because of the experiences that they go through, but they still want to share their experiences with us. That is what I'm picking up, and that is what I think it means in this narrative. And finally, let's look at this whole narrative. When you look at this whole narrative, you would see in this shot, there's written society. Okay, so there's society's point of view. Anything that you do, society have their own perception and perspective of what you do. Suffice to say that whatever you do, people will say it. Whether you agree or disagree, people are going to talk about it. So that is society. So society are watching. And sometimes we need to express yourself. You need to share your story with people, then they understand. So you see that in the shot, the gentleman just nods the head to represent that society, right, will understand and will appreciate sometimes when you share your story with them. So you see that in the whole narrative, it's in black and white, which should give us a concept that it's an old thing, something that happened in the past, and then the gentleman in the shot is explaining it to society. So that's all for today's episode. Thank you for watching. I am Kobe Afo. Do stick and stay with me. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notification, and bye for now.